Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the television show Bewitched. If you're a fan of Bewitched or any other classic TV shows and movies, be sure to check out my other Rick9G videos. I have over 1,800 that you can enjoy, so I hope you do find something that you really like and maybe share it with another person. It really does mean a lot and it does help. Now, the only reason I'm uncovering or looking at this Halloween episode is because it has a really interesting anecdote that I did want to bring to your attention. Of course, it came out right before Halloween on October 29th in 1964. The episode's called The Witches Are Out. It is from the first season. It's episode 7. Now, in this one, we have Samantha and Darren getting into a bit of a conflict, and that is all about the appearance of what a witch looks like. Now, Darren and his advertising partners want the witch, for the advertising plan they have, to look, horrid. Big nose, warts, things like that. But Samantha's a bit offended with her family members who are also female witches, and they hate this idea. They want the witches to look like them and not this horrid stereotypical image that everyone has in their mind. Now, it's the first appearance or the first time that we see Aunt Clara. She's played by Marion Lorne. Back to her in just a little bit, but we also see other witches. Madge Blake played Mary, as well as Rita Shaw, who played Bertha. They were both really, really good and really entertaining to watch. Now, what was interesting about Aunt Clara is that she was kind of ditzy. I mean, she was always appearing as if she was drunk. She would also kind of forget her spells. She would be clumsy, walk into walls, just do all this crazy stuff. But what was really interesting about her is that she had this crazy obsession. She had this crazy obsession of doorknobs. Not only did she have this obsession with doorknobs, but she used to collect them and just grab them from different places. In fact, in this story, she captured over 100 of these doorknobs to keep for herself. It's kind of funny. But where does this all come from? Like, who thinks of this? Who writes something in the story just like this, where someone is obsessed with doorknobs? I mean, that's not a common thing. It's funny, but how would you think that? Well, sometime fact is a little stranger than fiction. Lucille Ball used a lot of real-life names for her characters on I Love Lucy. And this is very similar. Remember, William Asher is the director of Bewitched, and he was also the director of many I Love Lucy episodes, and he probably borrowed from this concept. Why? Well, it may surprise you to know that Marion Lorne, the woman who played Aunt Clara, she had a real life. I'm talking about the real woman, Marion Lorne. She had a hobby. It was her #1 hobby. And yes, she really was a collector of doorknobs. Now you see in the frame of the story that she decides to add every doorknob in the man's house to her collection, leaving him unable to open or leave his own home, which is pretty funny if you think about it. Now the police thinks that this guy is crazy when he tells them that all of the doorknobs are missing. But yeah, in real life, Marion Lorne was a real life avid doorknob collector. Now what makes this amusing is that it is kind of random, but I think it makes it playful and it fits into the story really, really well. Now, I thought, where did they come up with this idea? Like, there has to be a connection to something in real life or something that really clicked them into the idea. And yeah, and I mean, there's no accident that the real actress liked to do this and then they moved it over to the character. I think a lot of these directors got to know these actors and actresses and asked them about their real life talents, experiences, hobbies, and so forth, and wrote that into a lot of the stories. And I think that's really, really cool. So I want to know your thoughts. First of all, did you know this about Marion Lorne? And do you think that essentially these stories are a little bit richer because they add a little bit of real life in them, a little flavor of real life, a little bit of these actors' lives into the story, which makes it so much more interesting. But then when you find out it's real, it makes it so much better to watch and so much more hilarious in my mind. So thanks for all of the support. We'll see you all next time. And don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: David D, Jerry D, Citizen Kane 359, Kevin K, Russ C, Sally N, and Vito L. If you want to be on this Patreon list, make sure to check out the links in the description below. Thanks so much.